Hello, and welcome to GameRomp Easy Mode. This is an easygoing podcast where we're just going to hang out, chill, and talk about video games for a bit. I'm one of your hosts, David.
I'm the other host, Deanna.
Hi, Deanna.
Hi, David.
This week, I saw that you were playing a new game. Sort of an old game, but a new game that I don't think we've talked about too much.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, what is
this mysterious old new game?
What has urged you to go back and play Don't Starve?
You know, we often try to play demos whenever, the Steam Next Fest comes around.
Yeah.
And one of the demos that I played that you didn't play was that little mouse survival game.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like Winter Whiskers or Whiskers in the... I don't know. It's something with W's in the name, and it's about a mouse, and it's survival, and it's wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's $20, and fine, that's not a bad price. I'm not, saying that or anything.
Yes.
It's just... I don't know. Some of the reviews, the comments that I saw about it is... For $20, it's, not super, maybe, fleshed out, if that's how you want to put it.
Is it early access?
I don't think so. It's just... Maybe people were expecting a little bit more than, I guess, what the demo gave. I don't know. I was kind of half and half. And then I'm like, you know what? I kind of have a game vaguely like this, or at least in, aesthetics.
Did you?
I'm
Did you ever talk about that game on the podcast?
I don't remember. I might have missed out on it with other demos and stuff.
Because I know for a while we were kind of busy or whatever, and
we kind of skipped over it.
I just don't remember you talking about it, because I know when we watched the trailer, we had talked about, ooh, what if an owl comes by and gets you? And
That's
then,
true.
I think when I saw you playing it, that actually happened, maybe?
Well, not to your character, but to your... I think she was your aunt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so fine. I'll talk about that a little bit.
Please do.
That works. So for the demo and the game that is now out, and I don't think it counts as early access, you're playing as this mouse, and you were brought up in the woods by your parents. But the parents decided to move you to, the big city. I don't know if it's ever counted as London or somewhere in, America or what have you. But you moved to the big city. Your parents worked their little fingers off in whatever little factory thing they're working at. I don't remember if it's specified or not. Well, unfortunately, it sounds like that your parents basically work themselves to death, almost literally. So they get sick and they die.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because that or something else, and you're like, wow, the city kind of fucking sucks. I'm going to go back to the country where we
Getting
grew
Stardew
up.
vibes.
Sort of, although a little bit more depressing about it.
Is this well, I guess they're mice, so it's not like people, but yeah, somehow the way you describe it makes me think of the Victorian times or industrial.
I think that's basically what it's based on.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's a good feeling because I think that's what they were going for. So you go back to the country or the woods, and you go back to your old house that I guess you grew up on, which in this case, the old house is literally like an old tree. So you go in, and it's obviously dilapidated. You can't get to the upstairs. You can't get down into the basement. So you're just going to go there and fix it up a little bit. Again, like you said, kind of like Stardew Valley. But then one screen over, next door, your aunt is still living in her old house. So you go over and you say hi. She makes you pies and stuff because she just, it's that kind of cozy feeling thing. But then you go back another time, because you have to go back a couple of different times in order to activate all the different, tutorial aspects, I suppose.
Okay.
And then on one of them, yeah, the owl comes by. It kind of dives down to try and grab you, but your aunt pushes you out of the way and it grabs her instead. Now, it doesn't, necessarily kill her straight right there, because you think, an owl landing on a mouse is kind of just going to crush her, but...
I would picture it picking it up to go eat it somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible too, but I figured, it kind of looked like a crash landing, but whatever.
The owl didn't mean to do it?
It was going for you. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Point is, Owl grabs your aunt instead and takes her off, and she's like screaming for help as it takes her away. So that's basically as far as I got story-wise in the demo. I continue to play a little bit beyond that, but it didn't seem to unlock any more story. So that's the basic gist of it. The demo was fine. There was a couple of like technical hiccups and stuff, like, oh, the page in this thing doesn't hit or doesn't change right as I click it. There's like a delay or something. But for the most part, for a demo, it was perfectly fine.
So originally when I saw the trailer, a lot of, I guess, people also were, comparing it to Don't Starve. Like, oh, this is Don't Starve, but with mice. But it sounds like it's a lot more story heavy.
I would say so, although maybe the story in Don't Starve is actually more than I've ever seen just because I'm so fucking bad at the game. But I know there's also there have been like animations that they've released like well over the years. So who knows what the story is? I just never decide to watch the YouTube videos.
I mean, I guess, yeah, you could say there's like story outside of the game, like Overwatch. But when I remember playing it, it was basically you get dropped in the world. I think Maxwell says a little few things. He goes away, and that's basically it, unless you like activated his portals and then had to like do a bunch of incredibly hard stages to maybe see something.
Well, that's the thing. Like, maybe there is more story in the game, but we were both so not great at it that we just never saw it.
So, was that it about the mouse game?
Yeah, it was pretty much it. You would, like Don't Starve, you just collect resources, you make different furniture things, you use some of the resources to gain access to the second floor, you gain access more to the basement, which is where you grow more of your food because you kind of survive off of different things, but like mushrooms are one part of it. So in the basement, I guess you're able to grow mushrooms and whatnot.
Oh, and unlike like Don't Starve, you have a home.
Yeah, there is a home base. Unlike Don't Starve, though, there's only the one season that I'm aware of. I don't know
Winter.
if there's anything outside of Winter that happens. But obviously that was way beyond the scope of the demo. But it just seemed like the comments were, I don't know, hoping for a little bit more. Like, it's only $20, so you probably can't expect a massive game like, for the most part, like Team Cherry or something with Hollow Knight. But maybe a little bit more than what the demo gave, I guess.
Honestly, it's very surprising that Team Cherry's, what was it, Silksong.
Silksong, yeah.
It was incredibly surprising that Silksong was only $20.
But they're obviously one of the rare ones.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like, to some degree, for me, it's like, ooh, this game looks interesting, but it's almost so close to another game that I already have. I'm like, maybe I should just play the game I have. Because, like, I hadn't played Don't Starve in, like, fucking ages anyways. So I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And then I figured out how fucking bad I was at it, so,
Well, I mean, Don't Starve is hard.
I'm gonna keep trying. Well, not only that, Don't Starve is... It's hard because of the combat. And there are more things in the combat. Like, on one of my tries, I got the boomerang, but I have to figure out how to, like, when to time the catch. Because I flung it at one of the things and it hit me and I killed myself. So that was kind of hilarious. I'm like, oh, I kind of forgot I was on a sliver of health. Then there's obviously like the wands and stuff you can use, and that's probably easier. But I think one thing I really have learned from just like these last, I think I played 3 times. Once with Willow, once with, oh fuck, I already forgot his name.
Stanley? No, Wilson.
Wilson, yeah, they all start with W.
Oh, huh.
So one time with Wilson, one time with, what did I say, Wendy? Oh, fuck.
I guess. I don't remember their names. I remember Wilson, but the fire girl, I guess?
Yeah. So apparently she's like the toughest one to use. So maybe I shouldn't have gone into her. Well,
she used to be one of the most OP ones to use.
She's OP in some way, in the sense that she always has the light source. And you put her next to a fire and she'll increase her sanity. But the tricky part with her is her sanity is like one of the lowest in the game out of all the characters. And if she ever goes below 50%, which is not hard to do, she'll immediately start setting fire to everything.
Yeah, that's a new feature, I would say.
Was it? I thought she did that from the get-go, but I could be wrong.
I think they nerfed her because, yeah, people would just use her because you could just basically survive in the forest by burning it, and, like, she was immune to fire damage.
Yeah, and she still is, at least in single player.
And, like, Wilson's thing, he was, like, kind of generic, but I guess he would grow his beard, which is, like, a free resource to throw into the fire every so often, or to make, I think you can make things with it, but that doesn't compare to how powerful it is to just have fire immunity and fire healing your sanity. So they had to, like, really nerf her.
Yeah, I mean, it was all fun and games until she burnt down her own camp because she went insane. So I guess she's a bit tough. Then I tried a new girl in the shipwreck one, which actually you can play all the new characters in any of the games. I just happened to pick her because it said she like dries off quickly or something. So I'm like, okay, I want to try shipwrecked for a little bit. So I tried her, and I guess her lore must be that, like, she's Hawaiian because her voice is a ukulele. Like, all these characters have different instruments for their voices. I forgot what Wilson is. He's probably the generic, like...
I can hear him in my head, but I don't know what kind of instrument that's supposed to be.
I was literally going to just say the same thing. So yeah, he's some kind of instrument thing, whatever. Willow, that's her name. Willow, I don't remember what her sound is, but yeah, everyone has a different instrument sound. So this girl was ukulele. She was actually pretty fun. The only reason I fucked up is because I was on her surfboard in the middle of the water as it turned into darkness, and I couldn't make the fire stick fast enough, or the torch. So I died.
Is there any other expansions that have been added? Because I remember the water one, yeah.
We have all the expansions. So there's the Reign of Giants. I believe that was the first one. That's all about fucking bosses, and I'm probably not going to enjoy that.
I hated that.
Then there was Shipwrecked, and then there is Hamlet. So that has to do with all the piggies, and they get fancy and stuff.
I remember last time I played this game, maybe you should just briefly mention what the hell is even Don't Starve for people who don't know what it is. But, like, you're basically controlling these little cartoon character dudes, and it's a survival game in the sense of, like, you have to, well, don't starve, but you also have to worry about your sanity and your health. It starts off pretty easy. You're just running around collecting twigs and berries. You can, if you get lucky, you'll find some poop. Because with poop, you can make farms. I don't know if they changed that where you don't need poop anymore, but...
No, you still need poop.
That's really kind of fucked, because if you don't run into the buffalo or beefalo,
yeah,
then, like, nothing else makes poop, right? Except the pigs, but you gotta feed them, right?
I fed them a couple of times and to make them my friends so that when the dogs attacked on their specific days that the piggies would help me. I don't know if you maybe need to feed them something specific or feed them when they're already your friend and then they'll poop. But
I think you have to feed them, like, high class, like, higher tier food. Because if you just feed them, like, berries, it does, nothing happens. But if you feed them, like, a big chunk of, like, an actual vegetable or big pieces of meat, then yeah, they'll poop and be happy. Oh. But I also remember that, like, the pigs were handy to rely on, but, like, again, the devs, which, I mean, I know it's kind of fun for them, but they made it so, like, oh, you can't rely on them anymore, because sometimes they turn into werewolves and they'll beat you up.
Werepigs, yeah.
So, like, there's always something, like, just when you think you've got it figured out and you're surviving, something's going to come along and stomp you into the ground. And originally in the main game, like, it would start pretty slow. Like, I don't know how many days you get, like 5, 10 days before the wolves come after you.
The 5th night going into the 6th day, I believe, is when they show up the first time, which is usually just one wolf.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But, like, that's kind of like the thing. Like,
it's every 5 days that another additional wolf shows up.
The game, yeah, when you think you're, like, surviving and doing well, the game will remind you, like, it's not going to be that easy. So that's, like, the first thing they throw at you. Every so often, wild wolves will come and just
destroy you.
Yeah, it's not like they'll just spawn in the world and, like, be out there now. No, they come right to you. They know where you are.
They will fucking hunt you down and they will kill you.
And, like, again, the first time it happens, it's like maybe 1 or 2. It's easy. But, like, as you go on, it becomes a lot. And there's, like, once there's, like, 4 or 5 of them on you at once, you can't really survive that unless you've built your base in a way where, like, You got walls and stuff that you can like kite them through traps. I remember I would build like a little like trap zone where it would just be walls around a bunch of dumb traps. You would run through the traps and they would run through the traps. They trigger the traps, and like that was like the only way you could survive. But then like
essentially what they call it, maybe they call it the same here in the Don't Starve community, but in RimWorld it's just a death, like a kill box.
Yeah. And like that was one thing. That's fine, I guess. But then like you got the spiders too, because there's spiders out there. You'll find nests, and those little nests will spawn spiders. If you get at them early,
it's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy. You can just attack the spiders, and some spiders will come out to like defend the nest. But as the nest gets like it ages and gets older and older,
and you'll start seeing the layers on the nest build up.
Then they become harder to kill because like more elite spiders come out, the little yellow ones that are like hit harder.
And then if you get it to the third stage, that's the real pain in the ass, because then that's when the spider queen comes out.
Yeah, like the base itself, the little spider nest itself turns into a boss that just wanders around. So this game is really punishing. Like, you gotta worry about the spiders. You gotta worry about the dogs. You gotta worry about the day and night cycle, which, like, as you go into winter, it gets colder. You gotta start worrying about the cold. You gotta worry about, like, I don't have as many hours during the day to actually do anything. But then, like, they added Reign of Giants, and, like, that's when, to me, it just became, like, I can't deal with this game anymore. There was one boss, the first one that pops out, I don't remember the name of it. It's like a Sasquatch or something.
Oh, there's so many. There's the Sasquatch, there's the angry tree if you cut down too many of the trees.
Oh, yeah. And you need wood.
I think
you can offset that by planting trees.
I was just going to say that, like, you can cut down the tree and it'll spawn 2 pine cones for you, and if you plant those, I think that, like, gives back some goodness to you.
Yeah.
But if you never plant it back, that tree is going to come out real fucking quick. You can try and burn him, I suppose.
And these guys, like, this isn't a game with, like, good combat.
No.
I wouldn't even compare it to, like, a Legend of Zelda or anything. It's incredibly clunky. I wish I don't know, maybe if you play with controller, it's different, but you kind of have to, like, click on things Diablo style.
I think you can also use space.
But, like, there isn't really, like, an attack, like an attack animation or like a weapon swing or something. It's more like if you click on it, a little animation will play and he'll do a little bit of damage. But like, it's not like you can just swing a sword in like Legend of Zelda or whatever and see how the sword moves and like plan around that. Like, this is the distance I need to be. Yeah. It always feels very clunky to me.
Yeah, it's not super great. Even when I saw some of the updates for the multiplayer version of Don't Starve Together, which I'm probably never ever going to touch, somehow they're still doing things for that one.
Live service games make money, I guess.
Yeah, clearly. But if you look at the people doing the combat, it's still basically that click it once, run away, they do their attack, you get back, click once, run away. Yeah. And it's that's the entire thing.
It's just not very fun. But then, like, as I was talking about the boss, like, I think the first big monster that appears is like this Sasquatch thing. And again, it's like the wolves. It doesn't just appear in the world. It comes to hunt you down. So you're just, in your base.
Oh, deer clops?
Deer clops, that's it. But the thing about the freaking deer clops, it destroys your base. It doesn't just hurt you. It literally destroys all your science and machines that you've built. So, like...
Well, you did say before, when we talked about this slightly earlier, this game is harder than Dark Souls.
Yeah, honestly. It's so cute. I love the art style, the music. Like, even in my head right now, I'm hearing the sound of, like, when the morning happens or when it turns to night, that little jingle. And, like...
Honestly, when the birds make their little sounds, that triggers me out in, like, the real world when I hear Robin. I'm like, oh, shit, that reminds me of Don't Starve.
This is truly a game that has, like, a very love-hate relationship with me. Because, yeah, it does so much right, and it's so beautiful, but, like, playing it is just... It's fun for a while, but it becomes a nightmare. I don't understand how you're supposed to fight the deer clops. Like,
very slowly, I guess. I don't know. Take them not at the base. Build a second base away from your stuff. That's the only thing. Then, on top of that, there's also, again, recruiting the piggies. And then I think there's the underground, and if you ever go in there... There's something like rock lobsters or like rock golems, you can feed them whatever they need to eat. They'll become your friends too, and then you take them up to the surface and they can fight for you as well.
I never really did much with the underground. I know there was bunnies under there too.
There's a lot of things, I think, but it's so hard because you have to usually make the hat or get some kind of light source to work down there. And I never really got that far, so. But supposedly there's, between the piggies and the other things, maybe you can get them and they'll just help you.
And also, this isn't like, for example, Minecraft, where if you die, it's kind of okay.
No, you get, if you die and you never found one of those summoning rocks, that's it, your world's over.
Yeah, and
this
even
is fucking hardcore shit.
even if you do find one of those rocks, you do get a life again, but like you still lose everything. You have to go back to where your corpse was. Hopefully there's not like a million monsters around it.
Well, that's another thing. If you can try to plan around it, you should probably set up either a little camp literally right there, or at minimum a chest with stuff that you need.
Like a backup camp with a backup set of equipment. Like just have a redundancy in everything.
Yeah, that's what
it's such a chore. Holy cow! But yeah, I mean, I understand that's kind of, I guess, what they want you to do. But like, again, if you do die and you are lucky enough to have your effigy or that little stone marker, you can come back to life, but you're still going to be like at a penalty with health and sanity. So it's not like you're just like ready to go back in. But like, oh man, yeah, it's just a lot. I'm surprised for a person that doesn't like hard games like you, that you're putting yourself through it again, because now I'm just even thinking about it like, oh god.
There's two things. One, I have that thing about restarting a million times, so at least I kind of get that.
Yeah.
And two, the next time I start a new game, not only will I not start with one of the hardest characters to play with, I might go for Weber next time.
The little spider kid?
Yes. But on top of that, you can customize the world, so I'm going to go in and see if I can just take off the main monsters. Like, yeah, I know that's cheating, that's not the game and whatnot, but, like, there's still things to fight, even if it's not going to be the wolves every 5 fucking days.
Yeah, see, I don't think it's... I mean...
If the wolves were just in the world, and there might be... I think there's supposed to be a desert area, they might show up there. That's fine. I just don't need them to fucking, like, zoom in on me and that's it.
Yeah, you know, another thing they changed too, because they figured out that, players are doing the kill box traps. It's like, the wolves aren't hard enough anymore. They introduced elemental wolves. So now there's wolves that, great, you can kill them, but when they die, they explode into fire and burn down your camp.
Well, that does sound vaguely similar to Boomalopes and Broom Rats in RimWorld.
It's just, it's funny in a way. Like, these devs are like, you think you figured out a nice little trick? We're gonna stomp on it. So, like...
Supposedly, I don't know if this is in Reign of Giants or just the main game in general, but I was watching someone play and maybe tips and tricks and stuff. There's a bell you can find supposedly at some point, and if you ring the bell, like, some giant foot just comes out and stomps you.
Oh, man. Well, it certainly is an interesting game. But yeah, you mentioned, like, how you would turn off the monsters, and I think that's fine, because what I was thinking is I wonder if there was any mods that... Probably not, but, like, mods that would change the combat.
I think I tried to look up a combat mod, but I couldn't find anything. That might be a little bit too beyond the scope of what can be modded in.
Figured, like, maybe make a certain, like, weapons or something, and, like, when you use the action button, like, he swings it and there's, like, a slash. And then at least that way you can, like, when I hit it, a little slash is going to come out and that'll hurt the enemies, instead of having to click on the monsters that are running around fast or whatever.
I could try again.
Because, like, this is a thing for me. Even for, like, Diablo, when I played Diablo 3, it changed everything for me. I can't go back to those clicky games like Diablo 2 or Torchlight 1 or 2, because Diablo 3 introduced controller support, and now when you, like, use the attack button, like, it feels more like an action RPG like Zelda or something, versus the old games where you just have to click on, like, the skeleton. Like, I want to kill the skeleton. I got to point at him with my mouse cursor and click on him and hope that I clicked on the skeleton so that my character attacks, and not, like, on the pixel next to the skeleton, which is just the land, and have my character walk towards the skeleton instead of attacking it.
Yeah, they almost needed to make I don't know if this would count as like almost, you know how like in platformers they got coyote time?
Yeah, yeah.
Have like, yeah, a bigger hitbox, I guess, to click on so that it's not just like, oops, a pixel off.
Yeah, that's the thing too. And then like, or like a combat mode where you could like trigger where clicking just attacks instead of walking. But then like having the fact that he can walk depending on like where you click as well is kind of annoying, because if you miss, you're trying to click on the wolf to attack it, but you miss, then the game thinks you just clicked on the background and that you want to walk there. So you end up just walking towards the wolf.
Yeah.
And not attacking. And
like I said, I think I have to see if using space will do that automatically so that it's not clicking. And then another thing I saw, the video was talking about how to play with Willow and stuff. And apparently you're supposed to be able to drop individual items. And I'm like, how the fuck do I do that? Because I've only like, once something's in a pile of other things, oh, I have 10 sticks. I don't know how to drop just one. It must be like shift or control or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. So like drop like a pile of meat to the dog or something.
Well, not only that, but drop only one meat out of, say, the 10 that you have or something. I'm like, oh shit, I can do individual things. So now I gotta either try shift or control or go into key bindings. Because, yeah, this game doesn't explain anything. There's no tutorials, just like, hey, don't starve.
So yeah, I was thinking like if there was ever a mod that changes the combat to be less frustrating, I could give it a shot again, but I don't know. But yeah, when you were talking about lower like changing the monsters or whatever, I did that with Enshrouded. So we've been playing Enshrouded a little bit. I guess you've kind of gotten sick of it, but
Sorry.
So in Enshrouded, the new DLC has a tropical area with water and stuff, right? And there's new shrouded spaces in that area too, where like the shroud in Enshrouded is these like mushroomy, like cloudy areas that's dangerous to be in, and
Will choke you to death given enough time.
yeah. There's different level shrouds, which is, now that the game's been out for a while, it feels kind of dumb, but like, oh, this area is way more poisonous than this area or whatever. And I mean, I guess that could make sense, but like, in order to protect yourself against that, you have to upgrade the flame in your base. And to upgrade the flame, it's usually like you gotta like offer it a bunch of stuff to get it to the point where we could go inside the shroud of the new area. We basically had to beat the final boss of the mountain zone, which is the previous expansion.
Ugh, that fucking dragon.
And that dragon was such a pain in the ass. Like, I tried so many times to beat him the fair way, like on normal difficulty. And I guess it's meant for like multiple players, because that dragon has like, when he's breathing fire on you, there's no way to escape it, as far as I can tell. I guess you're supposed to like jump off of the battle arena and use the currents to like float around, but it's so finicky. Sometimes I'll like jump in there and like the currents aren't catching me, so you just fall into the red death zone and die instantly.
Oh my god.
Because like, it's not like fall damage or whatever. Like, there's fall damage is still a thing, but it's also like if you even glide down there and touch that red stuff, you just pretty much instantly die. So you got to worry about that. You got to worry about the dragon's flame. And the dragon has like 2 life bars. It has its life bar and it has its like stamina bar. I guess rangers or marksmen or people using bow and arrows can just like shoot them with arrows. But for everyone else, if you're using melee, and I don't know if you have enough magic to do it that way too, but like you basically have to tire him out so he lands, and then you can like whack him a bunch of times with your melee weapon. And in order to do that, you either need to shoot him with a bunch of like exhaust arrows, which are arrows that you're specifically creating to like do stamina damage, or you have to like parry his fireballs, not like his fire breath, but like these weird meteors that he just explodes out of himself. So I did that. I got him down. He lands on the ground. You go, and he's just like laying there. You go and whack him a bunch of times. Then he gets up, and for the second phase, he summons in a bunch of those little blue dragon bird things. So then you have to deal with him, and you have to deal with like 3 of those things.
Oh my god.
So like, you got to focus down those ads, or else they're going to be a pain in the ass, right? But apparently, the dragon has another attack he does, which is like this wing beat thing, and just like pushes you. And if you're not paying attention and you're like fighting one of the 4 ads that just came in, that can just like push you into the instant
Sudden
death red zone.
Yeah.
And that's how I've died so many times. And it just became clear, like, this thing, I guess this boss was like created for like a party of people to fight.
Yeah,
or
because
something.
even when I was there to help you, now granted I was 5 levels below, so that didn't help. But I remember going up there, even as a marksman, I would shoot off like 1 or 2 arrows, and then the rest of the time the screen's just on fire the entire fucking time.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just
holy
too
shit.
much. I don't understand how they overtuned this boss or something, but
Yeah, because literally nothing else you ever come across comes that close. Everything else was like kind of stupid easy.
I mean, you died a lot, even with like the regular dudes.
I mean, yes, but that's because I'm bad.
But like, it still felt fair. But this thing is just, it was extra. And the thing that's really annoying to me is like, if you die, this isn't like Dark Souls. You can't just jump right back in. If it was just that, then fine. That's one of the beautiful things of Dark Souls and like Elden Ring. When you die at a boss, you get a little frustrated, but you respawn, you get all your healing items back, and you can just like walk back in. You don't have to worry about it too much.
This one, you have to go all the way up the fucking mountain again.
Well, no, I put a thing right next to him.
Oh.
So I would respawn right there. But that's still not enough because you don't respawn with your rested bonus.
Oh.
And without your rested bonus, you have like no stamina. So you got to travel all the way back home, get your rested bonus again, and not only that, get all your food bonuses too, because those go away when you die.
Yeah.
So you got to eat your big fancy meat meal and your mushroom magic meal and your stamina tea. And like every time you die, it's basically I got to eat one more thing and like going through your resources. And it's just like it's a time tax. And I became tired of that more than anything. After like dying and like, okay, I'm going to go back home, get my rest bonus. I'm going to eat this. Oh, I got to make more of this because I'm running out. It became such a tedious headache that I was like, I cannot deal with this fucking dragon anymore. So what I did when you weren't playing, I went into the difficulty mode because Enshrouded lets you like customize the difficulty at least. I turned down, I think, enemy health 50%, enemy attack damage 50%, and then like player attack damage, player health, and turn that up. Turns out you can increase your player's stats not just by 50% but by 400%.
Holy shit.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I just kicked everything to the max. I maxed out the positive effects on the player and minimized the negative effects on the monsters, and I just creamed that dragon. He's fucking dead. And I'm like, okay, I got the head. The fucking dragon died off the edge of the arena, so he landed in the red. So I flew down at him. Well, the first time I jumped down thinking, okay, if I glide, I'm just going to miss him and like land in the fire. I died of fall damage. So I'm like, okay, I respawned. This time I glided onto him and I just quickly looted. And then the fire stuff still killed me.
Oh my god.
So
This
it's like,
fucking game.
it took me, even after killing the dragon, it took me like 3 lives to fucking loot his, the head, because you need his head. But finally, I got the head, I got all the stuff, I went back home, logged out, put the difficulty back on normal, just as it, is intended to be, and then finally upgraded the flame so that I could go into the shroud in the new area. Oh my god, it was such a, I like this game a lot, but that dragon was just obscene.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Like some of the other bosses can be crazy. Like there was a they call it the worm inside the capital city, and he's basically, imagine like a dragon except he doesn't have wings.
Oh, the blue thing before?
Yeah, like a big giant blue lizard.
Yeah. I cheesed that one most of the way.
That one wasn't too bad. Like that one felt like you could learn the fight and fight it, and still you would have to, if you die, you're gonna have to deal with the tedious stuff of like, oh, I'm not at my peak fighting potential. But at least with like 2 players, like we did it, it's not too bad because like one person dies, whatever, the other person keeps fighting, you jump back in. If you're fighting solo, the bosses respawn,
Ugh.
so you lose any progress. Then there was like the bandit matriarch lady who's like this big fat lady that throws poison and summons wolves.
Oh, yeah.
She can be a pain, but again, it's still totally reasonable and doable. But there's something about that dragon with like the instant kill effects. I don't know, man. I just couldn't.
It's fine. Hey, you try. That's the main point.
Anyway, so yeah, I like you said, I went into the settings, I changed it, and just made it easier, beat it, put it back on normal, and now I can explore and enjoy the new area, which I have been enjoying, like with the water underwater stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if you know, and there's also fishing, which I'm not really gonna do too much with, but
The fishing was not the worst I've come across in video games, but also not the best.
yeah. I also I think yesterday finally built most of the armor. I have all my armor, but I even built like your chest piece that you would need.
Oh, okay.
So I built like a bunch of them just to see what they all look like. And I respect, since you weren't playing, I respect into two-handed instead of one-handed. So I'm like, now I use two-handed, a two-handed greatsword, and like my magic, because the lightning spells have been pretty powerful.
Yeah, you've been like blasting through the lizard people with that, huh?
Yeah, it's been fun.
I guess it makes sense since they're kind of like water-based, and water-based should be weak against lightning.
And chain lightning, so like does a little bit of AoE, and the lightning spells are nice because they also add to the stamina drain. So like if you hit them enough times, they get stunned. And if you crit with the magic spell, they also get stunned. It's like it's pretty good. So I've been enjoying that, even if I guess you've gotten kind of tired of it.
You know I'll be back, don't worry.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind. It's kind of nice playing by myself too, because I don't have to like coordinate. Like, oh, where are we gonna go?
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a weird thing with me. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a good co-op person, because like we have to just, again, even like the simple task of like talking and being like, we're gonna go here. Let's go over here. Instead of just, when you're playing by yourself, you just go there. You don't have to like coordinate and stuff. But yeah, I guess that's been fun. I've been playing that and the mobile game, but I think I'm probably gonna be done with the mobile game soon. It's gotten to the point where the grind is getting me kind of annoying, and not much else is happening. I've enjoyed it. I've played through the chaos dungeon mode plenty of times. I think I've seen everything the game really has to offer. So just gonna have to say bye-bye for now.
Well, that probably works well, I guess.
So this week, with all that in mind, I want to get around to 2 things, maybe.
Oh, you have plans.
Do you not have anything? You're just going to keep playing Don't Starve, I guess?
Yeah, I'll try a couple of more times, try different characters, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to play, like, Enshrouded as well, because, like, even last night when I was playing it, or this morning, I was like, oh, I want to go over there. Ooh, I'm going to go do this, or whatever. Mm-hmm. I also got, like, a bunch of paints from, to do, like, to color up your armors.
Oh. Did you figure out how those paints work yet, or no?
Yeah, it's not too hard.
Okay.
But,
because it shows 3 colors and it does 1, so...
It depends on your armor. I think the new armors are, like, kind of built with that in mind, so, like, they do change a lot.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
One demo I downloaded, and that you downloaded, that we've just never, ever got around to, was the Star Trek Voyager one.
Oh, that's true.
So I want to try to, like, get ourselves to play that for next week. Maybe we could talk about that.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I love... Star Trek is just... I mean, we love Star Trek. And this game looks like it's going to be Star Trek at its best, where it's not like... They're not, like, forcing it to be, like, an MMO or, like, a shooty game.
Well, fair, but...
It's more like a management thing.
Yeah, but when you say Star Trek's best, if it doesn't have Garrick, is it really at its best?
Well, this is Voyager, not Deep Space Nine.
I know, but...
Deep Space Nine probably would have made a good...
Yeah, because then you have the whole promenade to work with.
Yeah.
And the little businesses. That would have been great, but hey,
that would have been
whatever.
like a Sim Tower version. Where this is kind of like the same thing, but like you're still exploring because you're on the ship. Maybe if this does good, they'll do a Deep Space Nine version.
Did they ever do it where... Because when the Voyager series finished, they were still on their way back. And I guess eventually...
They made it back.
They made it back? Because I know, like, Q didn't want to help them get back faster because like that would have been against his completely random ethos or ethics or whatever. But like I thought they were still like traveling.
You just completely forgot the ending of Voyager, didn't you?
Well, I remember the Borg fight in the Borg.
It had to do with the Borg, yeah.
Okay, well.
Anyway, we don't want to spoil what happens in Voyager or Deep Space Nine because those are great shows and you should still watch them if you haven't. But yeah, we should play the Voyager game and we can talk about that next week.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, something that popped up literally today as I was waiting around. Apparently, somebody had released somebody's making a series of mods for Fallout 4, and they're called the Isles of New England.
Oh shit. Are you surprised? Like more New England shit? New England stuff?
Fallout
like,
4, yeah, Fallout 4 takes place in New England, so yeah. But they've just released the second one in the series.
Is it Rhode Island?
No.
Oh.
It's they're little islands. So one's Misery Island and one is Boone Island. And these are real islands with real stories. But like they have like little.
We got tons of islands here. We got Prudence Island. We got Block Island. We got Aqueduct Island.
Maybe in the future. Because I think Boone Island is it's technically part of Maine, and then like Misery Island is like off of near Fort Independence or something. It's down there somewhere. But these are like real islands, and like apparently Boone Island is known for this incident that happened with like shipwreck and cannibalism and just like it was crazy. But anyway, so they just some like DLC sized. Well, I don't know if you would say DLC sized, but because some of the islands are small, but like just new stuff to do and like voice acted and like a lot of care went into them. So I saw that and I'm just like I watched the little trailers they put. I'm like, oh, I'm sold. I want to try this.
Man, I wish I was good at modding and having like a drive to do anything, because man, the little islands for Rhode Island would be pretty cool to add in there. Man, what's it like to have a drive to do something?
So yeah, it's like I kind of feel like I want to play Fallout 4 again, and I haven't played it since the update last year.
Since the breakage?
Yeah, I haven't played Fallout 4 in forever, even though I've played through it so many times, but it's been a long time, and I bet there's a bunch of mods I can like try, like these two, and also his other one. I think he made one for Ashland Station, which is one of the MBTA lines. And yeah, there's like this station was like it fell apart after the war, and like now there's like but there's like a new cave passage that opened up to it, and like the story that goes there, and like yeah, it seems like this mod author and group or whatever. I think I forget if it's a 2-person team or more, but like they've really put a lot of care into like their stories, and like again, they even put like voice acting and stuff, and having like what a lot of people will do with these mods is like for your player character, because they have voice acting. Obviously, you can't go and hire the actors to like make new voices, but they'll like scour through what's already in the game and like repurpose that for their own lines. So like when you're playing through it, it still feels like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like stitching it together.
Yeah. So that's good. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to try Fallout 4 again, and I think I don't have anything else to play, so that's good because Fallout 4 can be like a huge time suck for me. So when I've run out of things to play, I'm going to jump back into Fallout 4, is basically what I'm saying. I want to try those mods out, especially the Isles of New England one, and see what else they end up coming out with.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know if I have any plans if we finish this thing, or I slam my head against the wall hard enough with Don't Starve until I just can't handle it no more. Otherwise, I keep hearing a little bit of rumors now and then that like Battle Cats is going to bring back Evangelion.
Oh, cool.
But we'll see if that happens. I mean, I've heard about it for a little while, so.
But you're not really a Evangelion fan or anything.
No, but if they got a Uber that's going to help me, that would be nice.
Kind of sad we didn't get to see Sonic in action. Well, I don't think...
You good?
I think that's basically everything for this week. I mean, there's other news, but I don't know. I guess we could just keep this as a little short one, unless you want to hear some depressing news.
No, not really. I tend to feed myself enough depression news in the morning.
All right, then I'll skip that one. Just some sad stuff going on in gaming in a certain company, but we'll focus on the good this time. That's what I do a lot lately, just bury my head in the sand because I don't want to look at the news. I'm tired. The world is exhausting.
Well, we'll leave you with that happy note this week. And we'll see you guys next week. So be good out there, okay?
Yeah, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
We love you. Bye.